very important, the team who keep everybody going, get us some great tips, and train us every Sunday night. Top leader in the industry and blowing this thing up in organo gold, Mr. Mike Rickman. Are you there?
Maybe now you can. Can you hear me?
I can hear just fine now, yeah.
All right, good. I got to unmute the phone, apparently, to be able to talk. So, good. Well, hey, buddy, thanks you so much for hosting the call and doing everything you do. And I just want to give it back to you. You know, you say I'm blowing things up and I'm leading it, but, you know, this call right here, everybody on here, and I know we've got like 10, 15 people listening via the webcast. There are a lot of people that deserve, you know, some kudos for, you know, the month of March that they're putting together, and you are definitely one of those people, Steve, leading by example, you know, leading the charge day in, day out, around the clock, and, you know, you are lighting it up, and I know you got some big things in the works and on the go here. I don't know, is your potential new person going to be on or listening tonight? Do you know?
No, they're sleeping right now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well then we can actually, you know, talk a little bit, because one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight was, you know, marketing, presenting, finding people. I'm actually going to be talking with you and a couple of the other people. So what I'll do is get a few of the people, Anthony, Sean, Ray. If you guys can press *2 on your phone to raise your hand, that way I can bring you out as I need here. And of course, I think Dave, he'll be chiming in here in a few minutes. He's actually out busy signing up somebody that was only available to meet right now. We're going to take some time and just talk. I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, because, you know, the name of the game is finding people, marketing our products, helping people get started. So I'm going to actually talk to some of you guys tonight, rather than just, you know, share all of my perspectives, my ideas, and things that have worked for me. I want to talk to some of the people that are really doing a great job right now at recruiting and training and building a team and leading by example. So, but Steve, you've had quite a good week. So I'm going to start out. There's a few things here, and I'll come back and maybe bring you out to do some three-way call role playing or something here in a minute. But I want to first ask you this question, and then I'll move on to someone else. But I want to ask everybody a few questions. What made you, you know, get involved in this industry? What was it, you know, that was said to you? What was it, you know, how was it presented to you, and how were you introduced to this industry, this profession?
Well, it started about 6 years ago when a friend of mine sent me a Facebook message and asked me if I was open to look at other ways to make money. And me, you know, been in the United States. I came here about 9 years ago, and I came here for only one reason. That's the country where you can make things happen if you want it bad enough. So I was open to make extra money. At that time, I was not speaking English very good, so I went to a meeting, his house, and the house was just like chips and popcorns and sodas, and then after 5 minutes, like chatting in the kitchen, and asked us to move to the living room, and then you put the DVD in the DVD player and watch that video with all kind of nice cars and house and stuff like that, and then that guy just came out to the video and then talked about the potential of that company, and that was actually the first time I heard of network marketing. And I look at the presentation and very skeptical. So it took me about a week to get back to the person who invited me to that presentation. Well, in the week, it took me to make my decision. 15 people got involved in this group, and I spent a lot of money. But that was a good thing. I went home and did some research. But what attracted me to the industry and the profession of network marketing was I didn't have to be the deal. I just had to find a lot of people, talk to a lot of people, which I do any times, and every day I talk to people, and get them to look at a video. And if they had questions, I made sure to explain to the guy there. I said, the presenter said, so you're telling me I can do this, and all I have to do is just show people a video, because I don't speak English very well. I'm not confident myself to talk to people, and I hate sales. I went to school to cut trees now for 15 years. I work in the woods. And he said, no, all you have to do is just show a video, and if they have questions, you set up a time to talk to me. So that, the leverage and the potential in the industry and the profession, that's what attracted me to go full throttle with it. And, so it was 6 years ago, and lucky enough I got into, other companies and met you, and then all the rest is history. We've been talking every Sunday night for the last 3.5 years, so it's been a blessing so far.
Awesome. Well, it's amazing. I love hearing. I've heard your story, of course, before, but I know a lot of people that are listening haven't heard it, and obviously, even just listening to you now, you still have the accent and, you still struggle, and you're the first to admit it sometimes. Just imagine 6 years ago and the fact, one of those things, and you didn't let that stop you from getting started. You just knew that you had to keep it simple and that, numbers were the important thing. So what attracted you to Organo Gold specifically? What do you like most about Organo Gold?
Just the product. It's before, like Mr. Holton Bugs talk all the time in the few videos I watch, and it's a lot on YouTube. He talks about he was involved with different companies before, and every other company with products, like, technology products or all kind of products, it's all require kind of a little bit of sales experience versus coffee. Everybody drinks coffee. I'm supposed to take vitamins myself every morning. I'm going to be honest with everybody here. I forget to take them at least twice a week, if it's not more than that, but every morning when I get up, I go in the kitchen, and coffee is my first drink. Don't talk with me before I get my coffee. So that made so much sense to me. And when I saw what the coffee did to me after 90 days, lost 28 pounds, and sinuses, problem were gone, my back pain was gone. It just became an obligation to talk to people about it. And that's what I tell everybody. I said, I don't sell anything. I just share it, because it just became an obligation to share this product with everybody.
Fantastic. Now, what if you were to just wrap it up here in 30 seconds or so, if you were to give one tip to somebody brand new starting out, what would it be?
Just talk to people, build strong relationship, and when that relationship is strong enough and you feel comfortable to share your business with, I talk about online stuff because that's what I do most of the time. But either way, if you meet somebody on the street, don't approach them and try to sell them coffee right away. Just build a relationship so they can trust you, and just go from there.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to bring you back out here after we're all done talking to everybody, and maybe do a little three-way call, role-playing type deal. I've got a couple notes here, so I'll get you to help me out with that in a few minutes. But appreciate you hosting the call. Appreciate you sharing some of those tips with us, and I hope everybody's got a pen and paper and taking down some notes here. So thanks, Steve.
No problem.
All right, let me just go ahead and mute Steve out here. Next, I want to bring out, and before I do this, everybody that's listening, the purpose of doing this is so that you can hear the different perspectives and the different real-life stories about how the leaders on this team, people that have been around now, some people only a week, some people 2 months, some people 2 years, some people 6 years, however long it is, it's important to know how everybody got started. It's important to know that because those are the type of people you're looking for, and those are the types of things you're looking to do. So it's important to know that, people that are on your list, that maybe they're stuck in the woods cutting trees for 15 years just like Steve was, and they don't speak good English. That doesn't mean they're not suited for this business. Steve is now a top leader on our team, top leader, soon to be in this industry, and is going to build a massive, massive team. And I want you to pay attention to how these people get started, what they liked about the industry, what they like about Organo Gold, and that will give you a whole new perspective on your approach to people, who you're talking to, and just different things that you should be looking for when you're looking for business partners. So next I want to bring out Mr. Anthony Ferrante. Are you there, buddy?
I'm here.
All right, good. Well, we'll keep this short and sweet here, 3 or 4 minutes. How were you introduced to this industry? How long ago was it? What did somebody say or do to get you to take a look at, starting your own business?
Well, mine's a little bit more colorful. My ex-wife actually lied to me. She told me that some friends wanted to take us out to dinner and they were buying, because I had the biggest work mentality there out there. I mean, that's just how I was brought up. Go get a job and work your whole life, And if it's not good enough, go get a new job. So she says, some friends are down from Jackman and they want to take us out to dinner and they'll pay. So I said, sure, I'll go. So I went out there. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in front of this presentation, this guy talking about how he owns a jet and all this stuff. And, it was, he just went on and on about how much money you can make and all this stuff. So she ends up signing us up. I walked out there and I'm like, I just paid $50 for a notebook. What the heck am I doing? I had no idea what was going on. And then I sat down and started looking into it. And I'm like, wow, this is a pretty good deal, And then I had lost my job shortly after that, so I started building a business, and I did that for a while until the only reason I kind of got out of it was we got divorced, because obviously our relationship was built on lies, so that didn't work out too good. But then I didn't do the business until I met Steve, so. That's basically how I got into it. It was totally by accident and chance.
Wow, you know what? It's everybody's got a story, and you know what? That's what we're here to talk about and discover and everything, because it's every single person that has joined this team, has been approached in some way, shape, or form. They've been exposed to a business in some way, shape, or form. Some are colorful like yours, and you know what? The bottom line is you got in, and you're still here today, and you've grown and everything else, and you too are just lighting things up all over the 35 countries that we're available in right now. What do you like most about where we are today? With Organo Gold specifically, what do you like most about Organo Gold? And then what would be your number one tip to a brand new person that's joining the team?
The support is the product is the best, but the support is what I really like, because like Steve was saying, I don't want to be the man. I want to, you want to do it for your team when it's your turn, but I don't want to be the one answering all the questions and doing it all, when you're new or whatever. So having a good support team is just, it's a big difference. And Organo Gold is the first time that I ever had access to that. So I think that's the reason I've been having so much success, is because I still tell people I'm new. I don't know the answer, but I can find somebody that can answer it, and I get, someone on the phone, and so it takes me totally out of the way, so the support, I think, is the biggest thing, and Organo Gold seems to have the best support team that I've ever dealt with in anything, I've done a couple of them, and I've just been totally thrilled with the support I've gotten, and that's basically that. Now, what was the other question? I'm sorry.
If what would be your number one tip to somebody that's brand new, just getting started with our team, with our company? What would you recommend to them?
Don't talk too much. When you, like Steve had said, you got to build a relationship with people. You don't want to just plop a link in their lap, whether it be in Facebook chat or, you want to build a relationship. If you meet them on the street, ask them, to have a cup of coffee with you. But don't necessarily just say, hey, you want to make $1 million? Come on, let's go do this, something like that. But so you want to build that relationship with them, and then and don't talk too much, because if you'll talk someone, you don't know what you're talking about, so you want to just get their interest, get them in front of an exposure, whether it's to be a video, flip chart, whatever way you use it, and then get them on a three-way with your support team and get their questions answered, because if you talk too much, you will talk them out of it.
Fantastic. Well, Anthony, keep up the great work. You're lighting things up. You're doing all the right things, and just keep going, persistent and consistent. That's the key to this. And look forward to seeing you cross the stage here soon.
Thanks.
All right, going to move right along here, and I want to bring out another gentleman who's actually fairly new to our team, but has been in this industry for quite some time, and has some great stories. And Mr. David Perks, I'm just going to unmute your line here.
Hey,
Mr.
sir,
Perks,
how you doing?
there.
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. So we know you're busy. I already briefly explained that I was going to try to sneak you in here. I know you're out busy getting a new person enrolled, but, I just wanted to, welcome you to the Extreme Team officially. We haven't had a chance to have you on the call, but I know you've got a lot of knowledge that you're going to be bringing in the future, and I appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I am actually mid-meeting right now. I came to the door at 8 o'clock. And the first thing out of my mouth was, I apologize. I have to take a conference call. It's going to be 5 minutes. Is that okay? So we are absolutely on fire down here. It's just going absolutely crazy. So I apologize. I haven't had a chance to listen to anybody else on the call yet. So if I kind of repeat anybody else, I apologize. But as far as the questions go, I joined Organo Gold just a couple of weeks ago, and it's not my first business, like a lot of us. We've all been in something before. I love the idea of network marketing. My first company, good company, but just tough to sell in, and I'm sure we've all experienced that. And then I was looking around for something else. I was actually searching for something else, and found a sister coffee company. So I've been in the coffee business for a couple of years now, and it was good. The thing that attracted to me about the coffee industry was that it's easy. It's coffee, and that's one of our slogans. It's simple. It's easy. It's coffee. It's socially acceptable to talk to people about coffee. People get excited about coffee. It spans demographics and social structures. You can talk to your boss about coffee. You can talk to the guy, sitting on a bench in the street about coffee. And that's really, it's just easy to do. People love coffee, and it's healthy coffee. So that was one of the things that really, really interested me in the coffee industry and the coffee business. Now, I had some real success in the old company, but there were issues, and no company's perfect, but there were issues. And Mike and I were chatting. I knew Mike had left and had joined Organo Gold. So I was chatting with Mike one day, and he was just telling me about some of the benefits, some of the features, some of the strengths of Organo Gold. And I was hooked. I'll be honest, I called Mike for a social, and I'm like, yeah, what, Mike's going to pitch me on Organo. I know what he is. It's his job, right? So I knew he was going to pitch me Organo Gold. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. But as he was telling me some of the things that Organo Gold has, I hung up and my head was spinning. It was all of the things that I didn't realize I didn't have with the other company. We're in 35 countries. We're entering this exciting phase 2, which is just a perfect place to be. Other people have forged the ground and have done the hard work, and they've developed the system, and now we're entering this game with a red hot machine. We just have to go out there and do it. Other people have done the hard work for us. So I got off the call and my head was absolutely spinning, and I kind of put another toe in the water, and I'm like, I've got to do this. I've got to be a part of this company. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gents, the last 2 weeks have been, I've probably put more work into this industry, this business, in the past 2 weeks than I have in the past 6 months in the other business. And it isn't because I didn't want to work. I got to the point where I just couldn't leverage people anymore. We were just hitting brick wall after brick wall. So I just feel like the chains have been taken off with this company. I'm talking to people in Nigeria, the Philippines, Brazil, finding people. I'm not talking to people in Brazil, but I'm finding people with connections to Brazil. We're talking to people in the UK, in Ireland. Couldn't do that in my other company. So super excited to be here. I love the support system. The amount of support I've had. I'm talking to Kyle. down in California on a daily basis. Mr. Ramon Fulcher has been good enough to do conference calls with us. We're connecting with people in Nigeria. Mike Rickman, the whole team that we have. These conference calls is just a phenomenal tool. So, the system that we have is absolutely fantastic. And I know times I promised my guests downstairs that I'd only be 5 minutes. So I'm just going to wrap up with a quick tip for everybody. Be excited. What we have here is worth getting excited about. I had a great tip a long time ago, which is we never, ever chase anybody or beg anybody into this business because it devalues what we have. What we have is incredibly valuable. Recently, I frequently get off the phone with somebody, and they're thanking me for talking to them about what we have. And that's the way it should be. We're not the cheapest coffee in the world. You want cheap, I can show people how to get really, really cheap coffee. It's not what we have. What we have is something of incredible value. And if you can express the value of what we have, people believe, people will buy value. So with the product, the health benefits, and of course the opportunity, we have an incredibly valuable product. You should be excited about this. You should be talking to people about this, not because you're trying to expand your business, but because we're helping people. We're sharing good opportunity with people. So that's my tip. Be excited. Build some huge momentum. The amount of people that just over the past few days, we've had a couple of people say, you know what, I've seen this kind of thing before. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm just going to watch for a while. And my phone hasn't stopped ringing recently because people are seeing, people are noticing that we're doing something pretty special here. And people are like, I want in. I don't really know what you're doing, but I want to be a part of it because we're building excitement. We're dropping person after person after person into the system, and people are seeing that. So build some energy, build some momentum, and above all, build some excitement about what we have because it's, guys, it is special. The opportunity that we have here, it's a worldwide company and a world-class company. So we have something special, so get out there and share it. So that's all the time I have. Sorry, Mike. I'm going to have to head back downstairs. We've got a guy heading down to New York tomorrow to share this to a lot of business people down there. So I have to respect his time, so I'm going to let you go.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on here, and keep up the good work. We'll talk soon.
Beautiful. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everybody. Take care, guys.
Excellent. Well, that was Mr. David Perks from London, Ontario, and his tip, if you're writing it down, be excited. And Anthony's tip was don't say too much. Because the less you say, the more money you make. And when you approach people, if you approach them with the excitement that Dave's talking about, and you could hear it in his voice, that if you just have that excitement attracts excitement. Momentum breeds momentum. People want to work with excited people. People want to work with happy people. People want to be led by people that are going in the right direction. So that definitely speaks volumes. Absolutely huge. What I want to do now is bring out Mr. Ray Laprise. He's got his hands up. Mr. Sean Matson, if you're out there, press star 2 if you can. If not, I can see you, and I'll bring you out quickly after. Mr. Ray Laprise, are you there, sir?
I'm here, Mike. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How you doing? How are the ribs?
My ribs are fine. It's just starting to come around.
Good. Well, that's good. Residual raise in the house. I see you've got a couple of sign-ups. Congratulations on that, and welcome to the new team members. And you are from Barrie, Ontario, and you are going to own that marketplace. I know that you're excited to be here. I just want to real quickly just ask you, how were you introduced into this profession or this industry? How long ago was it? And then, what do you like most about where we are with Organo Gold today?
Well, Mike, it started for me in 1990. I think it was 1998 was the first company I got involved with, and I absolutely fell in love with network marketing. My first company was it was a telecommunications company with long-distance cards. And unfortunately, like other companies, it went out of business. And So it forced me to go look in other directions and other companies. And then I was with supplement companies and nutrition, and then all of a sudden I was always looking for to get married up with a company that was with good product and it was going to stay around for a while. And then I met you, Mike, and when I first heard about it, coffee, my first thoughts were, coffee? You got to be kidding me. And then I really got thinking about it, and almost like hit me over the head with a 2x4, like, duh. I mean, this is like so simple. It's coffee. Everybody drinks it every day, every morning. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Yes, this makes sense. So I just joined you, Mike, into one of the other companies, and then followed you into our new company that we're with right now. And the support system, what we have with the Organo Gold is just phenomenal. The backup support and all the tools and everything we have to work with. And all the people who are on the line here, the leaders, they're all great, great people to work with. That's what I have to say.
Awesome. If you were going to give one tip to somebody that's starting out new, what would it be?
Well, I'm going to go along with what Anthony had to say, and David is like, try not to say too much. Just pique their interest. Certainly, people are looking for better health, and they want to make more income to enhance their lives. And try not to say too much, because most people know you as Anthony or Steve as the tree person, somebody's a plumber, it's in our business, or, a key cutter, whatever it is. And so they know you at that profession. They don't know you as an expert in network marketing, and you don't want to show yourself off as you're an expert and you just got involved with the thing. So you just pique their interest and turn them over to a guy like you, Mike, that knows the business inside out, and let that person do the presentation to them and tell them what the business is all about. So my suggestion is that try not to say too much and just turn them over to somebody that really knows the business.
Fantastic. Well, that'll lead into what we're gonna finish off the call with tonight. So Ray, I appreciate you coming out here. Keep up the great work, and we look for you rising the charts, buddy.
No problem. Thank you very much.
All right, and last but not least, I want to bring out Mr. Sean Matson from Wisconsin, USA. Are you there, sir?
I am here, Mike.
Awesome. Well, you've heard a few people. You've heard the routine now. How long have you been in this profession? What attracted you? How were you introduced to this? And what do you like most about Organo Gold specifically?
I was actually introduced to network marketing back in high school, kind of similar to Steve's story, Anthony's story. Sat down in front of a TV, watched a video, they hyped it up, and I really liked the concept of leverage. From that, I knew it wasn't a product I would fall in love with, but I liked the concept of leverage, and I just kind of sat back and watched what a few people in the area that did join, what they did. And they made a little money, but the company ended up going under. It wasn't legit. Something happened. I don't know exactly what it was, but so that kind of burnt me out. And then from there, I built a few businesses, and I always looked at network marketing companies. I never saw anything that I wanted to jump on, that I knew I could take to the masses that was very simple. And when I was introduced to Organo Gold by Mike, it was a no-brainer. I mean, coffee is, as already said on the call, it's simple. People already habitually consume it. Why not hand them a sample and get the reaction? So that's how I was introduced. And what was the next question?
What do you like most about Organo Gold specifically?
It's the teamwork, no doubt. I mean, we can hear from people that are making tens of thousands of dollars a month plus, maybe even more than that, and we have the tools there. That's the biggest thing, is at any point I can make a phone call, send a text message, and the information is at my fingertips. So I feel like the support, the teamwork, we all kind of work together as a team and help each other build, because that's what it takes.
Fantastic. If you were going to give any of the new people on the line that are listening or that will listen to the recording, if you were to give anyone one tip, about getting started and off to a fast start, what would it be?
Mine would have to be patient. I understand this isn't a business that's going to make me a millionaire overnight, and if you believe that, you're in the wrong industry. Be patient, plug into the system we have, and what amazes me is when people come to me that have gone to school for 3, 4, 5 years, spent tens of thousands of dollars, and they come out of school and they don't have a job. Some of them don't even know what they want to do, and they will not look at this industry. And it just blows me away because of the tools, the information that is here that's free, and they're going to pay us to become a better person to get us where we want to go. So, yeah, just be patient and plug into the system.
Fantastic. Well, appreciate you coming out here, and you're certainly doing an awesome job. I know you had a new enrollment today, and welcome to your new person. I believe Donna's on here, so welcome, Donna. And this is a great team, and you're doing an awesome job, Sean. Keep it up.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right, so those were just a few of the people that that I've been personally working with, and I think next week we'll probably bring out a couple more people, and we'll just keep bringing people out because it's important, and I'm sure as you're sitting here listening, you're probably relating to some things that some of these people are saying. You're probably having those aha moments. You're probably looking at your list thinking, wow, I really need to talk to this person, or I've done this 6-7 times with other companies. I shouldn't give up now, or I haven't had success for a couple of years, or I'm not doing something wrong. There's still hope for me. There's just so many things, and it really gets back to one of the things that I saw or I read in the past couple of weeks, and I posted it on the revised version of the 72-hour, launch document. There's the 72-hour checklist, and it's really what is this all about? And it goes back to, keep being patient, keeping it simple, plugging into the system, and not saying too much, and talking about what Anthony and Dave said, and Steve and Sean and Ray. This is show and tell. And if you're going to write something down, write down that Organo Gold is nothing more than show and tell. We show people an opportunity or a product, and then we tell them a story. And that's all we do. We show and tell, and then we repeat. We just keep looking for eyes and ears to show people our product, to show people our opportunity, to show people the gold, literally, that we have, and then tell them a story. When you start to realize that this really has nothing to do with you other than your ability to be good at showing and telling, your success doesn't matter. Your results don't matter. If you love coffee, that doesn't matter. If you your background, your age, race, sex, religion, any of that, none of that actually matters. All it comes down to is your ability to show and tell, and then your willingness and desire to actually get out there and repeat that process over and over again. It's your ability to learn the stories like what you've heard here, and when you hear from a Mr. Holton Buggs or a Mr. Kyle Solana or a Mr. Ramon Fulcher or any of the other, top female leaders in our profession and in our company, and any of the other top, leaders, in the country that you're in the team that you're in. Some of the testimonials and the stories, you heard Steve lost 28 pounds. I know we have people that have lost 40, 50, 60 pounds, people that have had all sorts of things. All you have to do is learn the stories, and then when people ask you questions, you learn how to redirect. So you don't have to have, we talked about this a few calls ago, your posture doesn't come from having a story or from having money or making money in this. The money comes from when you have the posture. And when you have the excitement, your ability to tell the story. So if you're brand new and someone says, well, you know, and you know, I'll talk about Sean. You know, Sean and I, we did a 3-way call 2 weeks ago, and Sean's been in the business probably working it for 60 days or so. And I did a 3-way call, and I clearly told the lady that we were speaking to, you know, that, you know, just like he said, this isn't get rich quick. You need to be patient. If you're brand new to this, you're probably going to spend 30, 60, 90 days just learning about our product, our company, this profession, learning some of the stories, learning some of the things that you need to do. Don't expect to make a lot of money or replace an income in that short period of time. And she immediately turned around after I said, well, you know, Sean's been working with me for about 60 days and new to this. We're both new to this. She's like, well, how much money are you making? How much money are you making? And I'm sure everybody out there has heard that and been approached with that, or a lot of people and a lot of you listening and a lot of people that aren't on here, and when you're talking to them, it's probably one of the greatest fears you have is of somebody asking you that question. Well, how are you doing? How much money are you making? And it prevents you from actually going out and showing and telling because you're worried about somebody asking you that, and because you're new, or maybe because you're learning, or maybe because you haven't been able to put the effort in, or maybe you just haven't found, you know, the right person yet. You haven't been persistent, consistent, dedicated. Whatever the case might be, you don't want to talk to people because you're afraid of that question. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like that. And you can be honest because, and here's proof. I have joined 3 companies in my career now of 7 years, and the very first company I joined was just like Sean and Steve and a couple of the others. I was unemployed at the time, just been laid off. Somebody sat me down, showed me a DVD. Guess what? This person was almost brand new. They couldn't even tell me what the company was about. All they did was they said, "Hey, Mike, you got 30 minutes? I got to show you something really cool. I found a way that we can make some extra money." Showed me a DVD. I didn't care how many people that person had signed up. I didn't care how much money he was making. All I wanted to know, because I was the right type of person, I wanted to know what was possible. I wanted to know if I could do this. And when you understand that prospects, that leaders, that the people you're looking for, they don't care about your results, then you lose that fear. And if someone approaches you and says, well, how much money are you making? You should have no fear of saying, not much. We just got started on our new project, but the guy that I'm working with is making millions of dollars a month, and you need to check this out. I hope everybody heard that and is able to write down or take in some variation of that. Hey, Mike, how much money are you making? Not very much. I just got started, or not much. I haven't really been working yet. But we just launched a new project, and the guy that I'm working with is making millions of dollars a month already. You need to check this out. You see, it's all about third-party edification. It's all about showing an opportunity or a product and then telling a story. I'm not making much money at all. But the guy that I'm working with and a lot of other people are making millions and millions of dollars. And that's where I'm going. You need to check this out. Don't be afraid to admit that. Well, what results have you had with the coffee? Well, I just started drinking it. It's not, you know, it's an internal thing. You know, I feel great. You know, I feel good. I don't know what it's doing for me in my body. You should check this out. You should try this. See what it can do for you. It doesn't matter how much weight you've lost or what your blood sugar is or all these other things. It's show and tell. Oh, my God, you know what? You need to check this coffee out. You wouldn't believe what it's been doing for the people that are on my team. You wouldn't believe what it's been doing for the people I know. Well, what's it been doing for you? I just feel great. I don't know what it's doing for me on the inside, but the people I know are having amazing results. How much money are you making? Not much. I just got started. But we're launching a new project that is the most exciting thing I've ever seen. You need to check this out. I hope to goodness that you guys take that in, write it down, and practice it over and over again. And if you can hear how smooth and how excited, and I'm just making that up, you know, on the spot, but it just comes from practicing over and over and over again. And a lot of that comes down to, you know, doing 3-way calls. And it's one of the things that I want to talk about and spend a couple minutes here before we wrap things up. And I'll give everybody a little bit of homework to sharpen their skills this week. But Steve and I, we were talking before the call, and he said, Mike, can you touch on three-way calls? And I'm going to actually post a video of Holton Bugs specifically talking about three-way calls. But some of the things, and this is where a lot of the people that you just heard from earlier tonight that are having success, and a lot of people that are having success right now, they are really working on some of those skills. Be excited. Don't talk too much. Sort through lots of people. Just keep it simple. Show them the product, show them the opportunity, and then get them in front of the person that can help close the deal, that can help build your team. And because we're an international company, like Dave was talking about, in 35 countries, one of the things that you must, okay, so we do show and tell, we show people our product and our opportunity, and we tell them the story. The next thing you need to do is, if you are having trouble, if someone is not ready to sign up, okay, and here we always hear about three-way calls, but a lot of people really don't know the proper procedure, practice, or how to do them. It's on the 72-hour checklist, and I want every single person that's on here to go through entirely, in the next 72 hours, complete or recomplete the 72-hour checklist that's in our group. Because I want you to practice and understand and start implementing a proper three-way call procedure. Because this three-way calls can build you an international business via Skype, via cell phones, via webinars, conference calls, however it is. But if you can understand how to do an effective three-way call, you can build a massive organization, and you can duplicate something very. So what does an effective three-way call entail? So here's the purpose of a three-way call, because there must be an objective to your three-way call. You are either trying to acquire a customer, a business partner, or a referral, and you'll hear that in Mr. Holton Bug's video. That is the objective of a three-way call. A three-way call is not to introduce yourself to somebody that's making money. It's not to just, hey, Mike, can we do a three-way call? I want to introduce you to so-and-so. That's not what a three-way call is meant for. That's a welcome call. You can do those, but if you're in phase one, full-out momentum, a three-way call, or your production time, a three-way call has a purpose. It has an objective, and it is to address an area of concern with your prospect that you can't close the deal on. And it might be because you're too close to the person. It might be because you were just that initial exposure and you feel like, you need to edify somebody so that they can address that concern. But the purpose of a three-way call is to help somebody that has already been, and this is to do a three-way call. Before I will do a three-way call with people, the prospect must be qualified. Your job is to qualify the prospect, which means they have been exposed to the product and or opportunity. They know that this is a home business. They know that this is not free to join. They know that this is coffee, that it's healthy for them, and that there's sign-up options. They know what this is all about. Okay, they know what our product is about. They have seen a video, they have seen a presentation, they have talked to you, they have tried the coffee, whatever it might be, but they need to be pre-qualified before a three-way call can be completed. So that's the part of the show and tell. Then you can set up a three-way call if your prospect requires closure, if they have an area of concern that needs to be addressed. Your job, after you've exposed them, is to find out what that area of concern is, because that's how you set up a three-way call. And you do that by simply saying to the person, after you've shown them an opportunity, after you've maybe sent them a video on Facebook, maybe you've sat down, shared a cup of coffee with somebody, gone through the plan, shared a recording with them, exposed them at a meeting, at a home meeting, whatever it might be, every single time you go up to your guest and you say this: what did you like most about what you just saw? Or if it's on a call, what you just heard. What did you like most about what you just saw or heard? Don't ask your prospect that you're trying to introduce, what do you think? So what do you think of my new healthy coffee company? Because you're going to get all of their opinions. And all you really care about is, what did you like most about what you just saw? And then they're going to tell you, oh, I like the money, or I really like, the health aspect, or wow, I drink 5 cups of coffee a day. I think this concept is amazing. Well, great. Well, so what did you like most about what you just saw? And then where do you see yourself getting started with Organo Gold? Bronze, silver, or gold? We always promote get in where you fit in. So what did you like most about what you just saw? Where do you see yourself getting started with Organo Gold? This will, then bring up if there's a red flag, whether it be financial or spousal or, time or whatever their objections might be, stereotyping, whatever it might be, this is where you're basically going in for the close. And it's just simply saying, so where do you see yourself getting started with Organo Gold? The consumer pack with the bronze? You want to go all out, be at the top of the compensation plan? It's your job to identify if they have any concerns, and then you ask that with one final question. If they sit and they hem and haw, they don't give you a direct answer of, you know what, I don't have a lot of money, but I can start with the bronze pack now. Can I upgrade later? Yes, let's get you started. But if they're like, yeah, you know what, I'm not really sure. I need to think about it. If you ever get that response, I need to think about it. This sounds really great. I just don't know if this is for me. You have to ask the next question. You have to just say, so let me ask you, Steve, what is stopping you from getting started? Is it financial? Is it, whatever? What's stopping you from getting started? Where do you see yourself fitting in, and what's stopping you? You want to find out what the area of concern is, because then that's when you set up a 3-way call. When you know what an area of concern is, maybe they had a bad experience in another company. Maybe they don't have support at home. Maybe they're getting laid off. Maybe they are working 3 jobs and they don't have time. Maybe they don't have the money. Whatever the reason, maybe they don't like coffee. That's just going to lead into another story. But that information, if you want to know how to close 3-way calls, and you want to know how your upline or support line or success line or whatever you want to call it, if you want to know how someone can close a 3-way call, it's by you doing a good job finding out what the area of, by pre-qualifying with an exposure, and then finding out what the area of concern is. Because when you do a 3-way call, the objective of me, if I'm doing your 3-way call, it's not my job on a 3-way call to explain the compensation plan, or explain what Ganoderma lucidum is, or explain what the different ranks are in the company. We have videos, we have training, we have an OG university for all those things. My job is to do nothing more than share another story, share the vision of the company, and address the area of concern that you've brought to my attention prior to me even speaking with that person. So that I can say, hey, you know what, Steve, I totally understand, the fact that you have done this 3 or 4 times in the past. I can completely respect that, you're a little bit leery about, signing up with something else. But, let me tell you about my story. And then I can share my story to relate with him. Because your prospect, like I said before, they don't care about your success. When you initially peak them, they don't care about how much money you're making, if they're the right person. They don't care about the health results. And even when they're talking to me on a 3-way call, they don't really care about anything other than the fact that I have addressed their concern and given them the belief that they can do it. Doesn't even matter how much money I'm making. They just want to know if they can do this and that they will have support. That's entirely the purpose of a 3-way call. If you can do those things, pre-qualify, find out what their area of concern is, then you set it up with your upline. And here's what you say to your prospect, and we are recording this so that people can go back and listen, okay? When you are arranging a 3-way call with someone, you say this to the person, Steve, you know what, so I've just gone through, we've exposed, what do you like most about what you just, I love the money. You know what, well, where do you see yourself fitting in? Well, I'm not really sure, I'm having some problems, financially right now, not really sure. Well, what's your biggest area of concern? Well, you know what, if I could sort out the money, that's really the only thing that's stopping me. Great. Steve, let me ask you, if I can arrange a call with the guy that I'm working with that's been extremely successful in this profession for a very long time. He's built massive organizations. He's a phenomenal team player, been around, is leading our team, is leading this wave. If I can arrange a call Can you commit to being there? Those are huge words because you need to get that commitment. One, you need to build up the person that you're arranging the call with. It's extremely important to edify that they are successful, that you need to be able to take. If I can arrange this call, Steve, for you with Mr. Mike Rickman, he's been around 7 years, been extremely successful, built groups in the thousands of people. He's very, very busy every single day. But if I can arrange a call with him, can you just promise to be there for 10 minutes? You need to make that person commit. Yes, I will be there. Great. And then I'll get back to you with 2 times that Mr. Rickman's available, and then we'll arrange this call. And then Steve carries on. Steve calls, Mike, or calls me and says, Mike, when are you available for a 3-way call? And I say I'm available at 1 or 3 this afternoon. Great. You call back your prospect. You wouldn't believe it. Mr. Rickman's got 2 openings today. He's got 15 minutes at 1 o'clock or 15 minutes at 3 o'clock. When can you commit? And that's how a proper 3-way call is set up. It is a process. You sort through people by show and tell. You find out what they like most so you know what area they're looking at this business for. Then you find out what their biggest area of concern is so that when you speak to somebody arranging a 3-way call or when you're introducing it, that you know exactly what area you need to address so that at the end of that process, that prospect knows that they can do this. That is the only thing that matters at the end of the day. When you're talking to someone new, all they want to know, they don't care about the money, they don't care about the health. 90% of the time, it's can they do this? You guys need to listen to this call over again, take some notes, and start implementing this stuff. And you need to start, imagine what your life would look like. Knowing where we are with Organogold right now, knowing where the Extreme Team is, knowing where Wave 2 is right now, the fact that we are exploding. We are at that tipping point that you read in the books. We have reached that tipping point, and the floodgates are starting to open right now, and you are positioned perfectly to take advantage of this, to create generational wealth for years and years to come. You need to stop and think, what would your life look like if you gave this 100% for 1 year? What would your life, what could it look like if you gave this 100% for 1 year? Because here's the thing, you are the only one stopping you. You are the only one from stopping that from happening. Why can a leader, and why can successful people, why can a Donald Trump claim bankruptcy and come back to make billions? Why can you take a leader, out of a company, knock him down, take all of his people away, parachute him into the middle of nowhere, and as long as he knows how to actually speak with people and master those few skills, how can he build a group over and over again? How come successful people can always recreate success? It's because they've mastered a few of these skills. You are the only thing stopping you. And you are where you are because of who you are. You need to change your state. You need to change your mind. You need to change your mindset to be able to change your actions. You change your actions, it's going to change your results. You change your results, it's going to change your beliefs. When your beliefs change, it's going to change your state of mind all over again. You're going to have that excitement like a Dave Perks that comes on the line that's been with us 2 weeks, still doesn't know much of anything about the company or the comp plan or anything else, but he's excited because he loves this culture. He loves where we're at as a company. And that's changing his actions. He's talking to everybody. He just said he's done more work in 2 weeks than he has in 6 months. And he knows less than he did because he was with those companies for a long time. But he's excited. He changed his state of mind. That changed his actions, changed his results. Now he can't even finish the Sunday night team training because he's got some guy that's going to be going back to New York taking this opportunity, and he's got to sign him up right now. That's going to change his results. That's going to change his beliefs. And tomorrow he's going to have a new mindset. He's going to be excited, probably won't sleep tonight, have OG insomnia all over again. Success is not an accident. Success leaves clues. Every successful person leaves clues. You got to think like a champion. You got to be willing to be different than everybody else. You can't just settle in with the herd and be like the 97% and expect to have champion results. You have to act like a professional. Have that posture before you have the money. You've got to commit to no blame and no excuses. Stop blaming things and other people and everything else that's going on because it's blame. You just can't move ahead. You can't be successful. People don't do that. You just got to say, I'm going to do this. Plant your flag. Make a decision that you're just going to do this. And master what gets results. You don't have to know everything. You've just got to master something. Master something that gets results. Teach something simple to your group, like sharing a cup of coffee, pushing play, getting them on the phone with somebody that has a good story. Teach something so simple that it can duplicate with 90% of the people that join. And if you focus on helping others, you really, really will have success. Focus on finding 10 people that you can help with our product as customers. Focus on finding 10 people that you can help change their financial future. Help put them in a position. Introduce them to our company. Introduce them to the leadership that gives them an opportunity to change their financial future forever. You owe that to them. You owe it to every single person you meet. Don't you say no for other people. Let them say no. Let that person walking down the street, that could be the next Steve Gerrard, that could be the next Ray Laprise, that could be the next Sean Matson, the next Anthony Ferranti, David Perks, Anna Storms, the next person like that, you have no idea who it is. And here's your homework, okay? And you got to write these down, and then we're done. These are some questions. One, you got to re-listen to this call at least twice this week. And you got to take some massive notes because there was stuff shared on here tonight that can make you $1 million. And here's the last piece. And this is handling objections because like you're afraid of that how much money are you making question, here are some of the other questions or objections that we face that you're probably not prepared for just because you haven't practiced them enough. Because this only comes with practice. Show and tell, isn't perfected overnight. You got to just do it over and over and over and over again. But here are some of the things that I want you to practice with your spouse, your dog, your upline, your support team, your success team. Practice with everybody. I want you to practice answering this question. So what's organo gold? What is organo gold? You wouldn't believe the number of people that can't even answer that. They just stumble. It's this, this company that I signed up for, and we have coffee and all this stuff, and it's good for you, and it'll, do this stuff. Oh, okay. No. What is organo gold? You got and every time you're giving a response to these, you should have a 30-second excited response to answer each of these questions, okay? What is Ganoderma, or what makes this coffee healthy? So when you're telling someone, I got, organo gold, it's the best cup of coffee you've ever had, and it's healthy for you. What makes it healthy? That's what people ask when you're doing a trade show, when you're talking to them, and you're creating the value in your coffee like Dave was talking about. What makes this healthy? What is Ganoderma? What makes it healthy? So number 2, what makes this healthy? Number 3, so how do you make money with this? See, so many people get good and say this, oh my God, this company, it's amazing. We got these products that can do all this. They're healthy for you, give you more energy, make you feel better. That sounds amazing. Well, how do you make money with that? Have a 30-second explanation, and then you direct people to videos. But you got to be prepared for people to say, well, how do I make money with this? Okay? How do I make money? Then the dreaded question, the one that people are afraid of, along with how much money are you making? So is this like one of those pyramid companies? Is this a pyramid thing? You have to be able to answer that. Do you know what my favorite response, and this works 99% of the time with the people that ask, especially if I'm on three-way calls and anyone that's done one has heard me say this. What's a pyramid? What do you mean a pyramid? If anyone ever asks you that and you're afraid of that question, because it's been around forever, it's just a stereotype, and 99% of the time that person is ignorant and they have no clue about our profession, about our industry, about business in general, about a hierarchy structure, or about anything. So when you ask them, well, what do you mean by a pyramid? They can't even explain it. They're prejudging it based on something they've heard that it's that's one of these things. But they don't even know what one of these things is. If they did, they would want to they would want to join. So I always ask people, so what do you mean? Well, what's a pyramid? Okay. Number 5, why is this better than, so if you're talking to someone that's involved in a business, why is this better than my company? And this is why I asked everybody tonight, why Organogold for you? And everybody was talking about the structure, the support, the product, the marketing materials, the simplicity of it, the documentation, everything we have. Because people are going to ask you, well, why should I do this? Why should I do this? Why your company? Why Organogold? Okay? Here's another dreaded question that people ask that causes people to fumble, and you will not be able to, if you want to start locking in customers and having that posture and the confidence, you need to be able to answer this. When someone says, well, how much is that? Well, it's $17, $20, $25 a box. Isn't that expensive? There's question number 6. Isn't that expensive? I want you to practice answering that with an excited response that's 30 seconds long. Do you know what the best response is? Compared to what? So, Mike, $2 a cup, isn't that expensive? Compared to what? Well, I can get a can of Folgers for like $6, or I can get this stuff, and I can make a pot of coffee for $1. Yeah, you can. That's not what I'm showing you. You can't go to a Toyota dealership and buy a Cadillac. So don't try to compare a premium healthy coffee, something that you can't even get at Starbucks, and I'm showing you how to get it for $1 a cup, $1.50, or $2 a cup. This is expensive compared to what? So I love that saying, come back with compared to what? Because people, again, they just don't know. You got to create that value. Number 7, I don't have time. Great. You know what? Busy people get things done. Show me a busy person, and also show you somebody that knows how to be organized and get things done. People that sit around all day with, looking for something to do, that just lay around, guess what? They never get anything done. That's just their lifestyle. That's the way they do it. I want to work with busy people. You show me somebody that only has 2 hours a week to put into Organogold, and that person will get more success than the person that has 20 hours a week because they're just sitting at home, doing nothing. Okay? So when someone says, I don't have time, I just say, great. Show me your calendar. Can you fit me in for 2 hours a week? I can show you how to make some money. I don't have any money. Great. How long have you had that problem? What would you like to do about that? If I showed you a way you could do this business without having money invested right up front, would you be interested? What is stopping you? Okay? Questions. I don't have time. I don't have money. Those are the 8 questions. What's Organogold? Why is this healthy? How do you make money? Is this one of those pyramids? Why this company? Why is this better than any other home business? Isn't that expensive? I don't have time. I don't have money. Those are your homework questions to be able to practice responding to those. That is when you will become a professional in this industry, when you can respond with a 30-second answer and then direct them to information. I promise you, if you practice, you practice, you practice. This is 7 years worth of knowledge and practice coming out on these calls, so do not expect this to happen overnight. I know that we've just gone over an hour. I appreciate all of your time. I know and I hope that everybody got some value out of this call tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and unmute Mr. Steve Gerard, see if he has any last-minute questions.
No, I'm good.
You're good? All right.
Tonight.
Yeah, good call. We are here. It's 9:04. Thank you guys for being here. This call was recorded. Steve will get it uploaded on YouTube, and we'll get the link in the Facebook group page. Make sure you guys are adding all of your new team members into the group, welcoming them. Welcome all the new people that were listening tonight. I'm proud of you. I'm excited to work with you. Reach out to me. Steve, thanks for hosting, and we'll see you guys soon.